Hello everyone, welcome back to the shed, and as I promised, although I did have 2 intermittent uploads, it's the Accurascale Deltic. Of course mine's from Locomotion. You'll notice the box is a different colour, it's not grey, it's almost a white. It's not just any white, if you look closely this is actually a map of North London. Lo and behold, there's King's Cross. So that's a nice little detail to the packaging, so let's not waste time, let's get it out of this gigantic box. And it's true what they've said. People have thought, oh, I bought an O-gauge one by mistake. No, this is genuinely the size of the box, and it's huge. And I've just knocked a wagon. That's how big it is. So, as I'll probably list in the title, this is a sound-fitted version. And people have been waiting 3.5 years for this. Have I been waiting 3.5 years for this? No. I've been waiting about 3 months. That's how long my pre-order's been. So I'll be perfectly honest, this isn't the first time I've taken it out of the box. I took it out of the box down in the house, and just to check if there's any parts off of it, because I know people have been having issues with that. As far as I can tell, there's only one part that has come off in the box, and it's one of the more notorious pieces for doing so. It's one of the corner steps, so not too annoyed by that. A little bit of glue and she'll be right as rain. So bits and bobs, etched plates, it's KOYLI, and a whole swath of detailing parts in the bag. Now I'm going to get a pair of tweezers and grab the step, and I made sure to put it in a very nice accessible spot. There it is, absolutely tiny. I'll put that on with some glue in just a minute. I'll pop it over there with a headboard. So it's tight, there we go. Unwrap it and have a look. So here we are, nameplate and all, nice little 52A shed code right there. This is as preserved, small yellow panel, 2-tone green, 0 Zulu 155 on this side. Sort of out of it today, don't know why, and 1 Zulu 55 on the other side. That's probably why I got it mixed up. Now the corner step is, whoa, what was that? Let's check what that was. So the corner step is off of that end. Let's have a quick little jump cut while I look for what that was. Welcome back. Here's what it was. I'm going to have to inspect that. I think I've already spotted where that comes off of. So that's a second part that's come off. No chains off. I will say there is one glue mark on the chains. It's on this one. I'm sure some Tamiya flat black could cover that up if it really does bug me too much. So I'm going to pop the camera off, glue these bits back on, and then we will resume taking a look. I found where it goes. It's right there, just above the fuel tanks. A very small part. I thought it was black originally, but then I found it on the floor. It's blue. You can see another example just there. I think it was pretty much just held on by that white paint on the on that tube there, but it's glued back in. It looks fine. I think I could have done a better job of it, but here we are. Let's have a look in the cab. Very nice that. See all the dials? Yeah, great. Actually see if you zoom in. Of course we've got the actual plants there. It should say, yeah, Napier on the, yeah. That's very nice, especially when you've got the engine room lighting on, I bet. Chains look fine. This corner step here is the one I glued back on. Looks fine. These are sprung metal buffers, by the way. You can I can touch that and I can go, wow, that's cool. Looks very smart. Livery is really well applied. Also, there's only one other issue I have with detailing. It's this part just above this fan here. You can see it's been glued in a bit too high, but from a distance I'm sure you can't really notice that. But that's one small gripe I have. There you go, zoom in on the nameplate. It's a printed nameplate, by the way. I hope that's... Yep, okay, it's just a spec on it. Good. Good, good, good. And now one thing, of course, we have to check. Wow, that was horribly easy. Yep, there's the decoder. Right, well, yeah, that's really easy to... How about refitting it? Wow, yeah, okay, that's easy, Jesus. So if you really wanted Lego Man sound, go for that. Wow, that was easy. Have a look in this cab. Yeah, you can see the stuff in there. Great. Is that builder's plate legible? I have a photo somewhere of the builder's plate and, you know, the cab side number and the shed code. This is the only green Deltic, well, so far I suppose, that I've ever ridden behind. And I wanted a small yellow panel green one. I think they look great in that livery. The blue one's of course iconic as well, but I do really like this livery. And it will match my baby Deltic. So let's get back on the tripod and see what the sound's like. So just before we get started, let's give her an address. So of course we're defaulted 3, program on the main, loco 3, address long. Let's give her a running number of 9002. Brilliant. So I'm now going to have to get out some instructions. So in this rather nice booklet we have here, nice little original advert, even includes the, I think that's something I might need to look at getting as well, a Flying Scotsman thistle headboard. It's a nice contents advertisement on the Deltic engine itself, a Doncaster King's Cross timetable, Peterborough King's Cross timetable, King's Cross to Wakefield. Lo and behold, at the back we have everything. Oh, that's actually quite nice. I like the CV things here. So down, as it were, announcements. You've got Scotsman, Glasgow, Queen Street, Talisman, Tees-Tyne, Pullman, Newcastle, Aberdeen, Edinburgh, Waverley, Leeds, Executive, York, which is the Transpennine. And then up announcements, you've got Talisman, Tees-Tyne, Pullman, King's Cross, 1015 King's Cross, I think it's one of the default ones. Scotsman, King's Cross, 1600 off of King's Cross, Newcastle Executive, and Liverpool Lime Street to the Transpennine. So we've got plenty of functions here, so let's go through some of them. So first of all, yep, the road's unisolated, so engine startup is 1. Now I've got to say that is very, very lovely. That really does remind me of my video when I was at King's Cross and Elizabeth started up both engines. That is the real sort of violent, someone's thrown a toolbox full of spanners and screwdrivers on the floor and the engine started up. That's what it sounds like. So let's check the horns. Oh yeah, perfect. It's very nice, those. They sound really proper, they do. So let's check the headlights as well. There we go, we've got headlights on that end. And just have a quick little look. Can't see any tail lights on the other end. Are they a different function, it says. Yes, function 11. There we go, red markers at the back, and change direction. Headlights on that end, red light markers on the back. Let's give a zoom in and do that direction change again. Lovely. So let's leave it in that direction, which is forward. So 0 Zulu 55 end is forwards. So roof fan, I'm guessing that's just sound. I don't think there's tooling for moving roof fans, thank goodness. That was one of my other gripes, another niche thing that someone tried to do. Yeah, that's the sound of the roof fans, alright. Okay, function 5 is drive hold, so we're going to have to check that while it's on the move. And 6 is acceleration, brake time, shunt mode / speed. Okay, so another thing we're going to have to check on the move. Flange squirrel, it's going to be another thing on the move. Locomotive brake on off, let's check that. There's the brake dump. And there's the brake application. Compressed air let off. Okay, that's very nice. The guard's whistle. Very nice. So we've already seen the red marker lights. Cab interior lighting. Let's go option 12. Now that's actually the desk lighting, I think. Well, I could be wrong, let's have a look. I have to squat for this one. No, that is the cab lights themselves, so they are in fact on, they do work. So train brake apply release. Okay. Down station announcement, so that, again, as I read them out, you can change these through CV's values. It's a great way they've listed that, it's brilliant. Well done, Accura. So let's give it a go on the default. So it's defaulted to 0 on that one, that's the Flying Scotsman. So let's check the up announcement. Okay, so that one's also defaulted to Flying Scotsman, which is value 3 on this CV, it's value 0 on that CV. So, cab door. Very nice. Emergency brake application / release. Go. You've also got the option for steam heater boiler. Oh, and then that's a nice little bassy sound to add in as well. That's a very nice one, I quite like that one. Sound fade, I won't bother with that one. Disabled brake sound. No, that's the guard. I've got to press option twice. No, not sure about that one. Okay. Air splitter valve. Okay, that's the Spirax, as we more commonly know it. Night lights, yard lights is Y-pack only, so I believe that's the Porterbrook purple version of Gordon Highlander. 24 is compressor. It's most certainly a compressor. Great little stuff. Okay, option 25 is engine room lighting. Yep, that works. We'll have to have another nice up close look at that. Manual notching up and down, so that's quite cool. Manual notching logic. Handbrake apply release, that's another nice one. But unfortunately I can't reach that, it seems. My controller only goes up to 28. I believe there's 30. But it seems my controller can only go up to 28. So the ones you're missing out on are handbrake apply release and coupler clank. Not the end of the world really. So let's sound the horn, move it forward and see what it's like going around the layout. So here we go. Now, while you saw the loco running round a moment ago, you probably heard a thumping. I've just discovered what it is. I've looked at the front wheel set here, and there's small blobs of glue on them, which is what's causing that thumping. It's like simulating a wheel flat. So I'm going to scrape those off, and, well, as long as the running resumes, you'll be able to safely assume that I've sorted the problem. Okay, shortly after this, yes, it should be running. I've just noticed over on this wheel a third spot of glue. This is on completely the other end, so just watch out for that. I'm going to scrape that off and we'll get back to running. So there we are, Accurascale's Deltic. A long time coming for a lot of people. Personally, not myself. As I said, I only ordered this about 3 months ago when it said they were sort of leaving the factory. Now that production was done, and I wanted a small yellow panel, two-tone green one. The overall presentation is great. The box is a really nice touch with the North London map there. The detailing is very rich, but you do need to watch your hands, of course. Bits falling off here and there. Check your box immediately. Straight from the box I had one of these corner steps off. Nothing has fallen off since I started running it. It's been running in for about half an hour. I will say people have had issues with slow speed DCC running. That is present on mine as well, but if you immediately go to step 10 out of 128 on this NCU power cab, then you don't really notice it. I'm sure some fiddling around with the DCC CVs in the chip would be very useful, but as of right now, yeah, this runs fine for me. Apparently on analog these run perfectly fine as well. The chains haven't had any issues. The only weird part for me, and a weird letdown because I've never heard of this before, those little blobs of glue on the front axle sets of each bogie. Very weird, and I don't know how or why that's happened. But there we are. I think this is a really great way of showing what new companies can do. It's arguably a perfect model because you've got such a detail rich model for what are they, £160 from well, anywhere. I think from National Railway Museum is of course where I got mine, locomotion models in partnership with Rails and Accurascale obviously. I think one of the things I was going to say is a small letdown. No crew in the cabs, but Accurascale right now are putting out a range of various driver and second man figures to put in your Deltics for each era as well, so 60s, sort of 70s, 80s as well, and I think maybe just in case for Porterbrook a sort of 2000s job. So yes, downsides, detailing falling off here and there, but a little bit of glue suffices to put it back where it belongs. And the small blobs of glue on the front axles on each bogie, and the low speed running, but that can be rectified very easily. All these things can be rectified very easily. I think that's one of the good things. The only other downside is this little roof vent being maybe glued in a little too high. That's all though. It's not too noticeable when you're looking down on it and you're stood around the layouts. Unless you're really looking for that, doesn't matter. Would I recommend you get one of these? If you can, yes. These are pretty much sold out everywhere. I'm sure at some point Accurascale will go, we're doing a second run, and it will be different livery variations or different running numbers. I'm sure they haven't covered all 22 in the first batch. As they said, with their 31s and 37s, there will be more. It's not a finite, we've done it once, it's over. But yes, I do really like this model. I'm sure a lot of others compare to it as well. Plus I think a really nice feature as well, even though this is a really pricey model, if there are amateurs looking to sound fit models, they don't have to take the whole body off. They can do the central roof panel thing, get the 21 pin chip in. I'm not sure about the whole speaker thing, if that's ready to go or it's already in there on the normal models, but yes, it's very nice, especially considering you've got an EM1 style speaker, another speaker and the chip, and it's only I think £90 more in terms of going from a normal model to a sound fitted one. So I hope this has helped you if you've got your own Deltic. Maybe if you've got your own thumping Deltic, you might be able to figure out why that is now that I've pointed out the glue on the axles. on the wheels, actually, the wheels themselves, not the axles. The sound itself, I should probably talk about the sound. The sound is fantastic. It gets really violent once the second engine starts up. I think it would have been quite nice to maybe have a single engine running option, just for like yard work. But yeah, the pair of them sound really violent. It's really nice. I also like that the exhausts are actually holes here, not just painted black. I digress. Anyway, the sound, yes. The horns sound absolutely fantastic. I wish maybe they played a little shorter, or you had a short horn option. Of course, you're very limited with your functions here, as there are so many. They've put in what they could, and that's fantastic. The steam heater boiler is a really nice touch. The station announcements, the way you can just change them with CV values, is really, really well done. Plus, I think the fact that maybe they've defaulted these to certain types of Deltics. This version, of course, both ways, up and down, are defaulted to the Flying Scotsman. So I think I should bring this video to an end. If you have any further questions about this model, leave a comment. I will be happy to leave a reply. If you have any questions, I'm always glad people are engaging in the videos, and again, hopefully this helps you either choose whether to pick up an Accurascale Deltic if you still can, or may help you sort out some of those running issues once you get it out the box. So, thank you very much for watching, and until the next video, goodbye.